Okay, so we'll just go ahead and get started. But welcome back, champions. Welcome to the channel. This is WebZip1277, and I am here tonight to basically grind for Star-Lord. As you can see from the title, I don't consider myself a particularly high-level Contest of Champions player. I'll give you a quick rundown of kind of what I do and where I'm at when I go to grind in the arenas. Simply put, I'm mostly grinding on the 3 stars, and of course, right now, Star-Lord is one of the featured heroes, and he's kind of a big deal. I've only got a 2-star Star-Lord, and I've opened so many of those Guardians of the Galaxy crystals too. But let's see. Yeah, I mostly try to grind out the 3-star arenas. I also do the summoner trials up until I've got all of the milestone rewards. And then what I have started doing lately, because I still have a small, but it's slowly growing roster of 4 stars. But what I do is I do enough of the 4 and 5-star arenas to hashtag get in the pool, as Dorky Dave has put it. So I've made it to 350,000 for the Heir to Spartax arena, and then for the Dr. Voodoo, I've gone past the 150,000 minimum there, and I'm kind of just doing that one with the extra time and ability that I have with my 4-star champions. So as you can see, I'm at about 911,000 for Star-Lord on the 3-star arena. And I have seen varying reports of what the cutoff is probably going to be. I've seen it as low as 800,000 for the 3-star. That's kind of believable. I know that Star-Lord is not exactly a new character, even if he is good. But I've also seen that it's going to be. I've also heard that it's going to be as high as like 1 million or so. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm at about 900,000, I'm going to try to grind out that last 100,000 points. And what I'm going to do this. I'm going to use a method that I don't normally use. What I tend to do is use a lot of arena boosts, and then just kind of, I'll reuse the arena. I will reuse the characters who have the boosts. And it costs 5 units a piece to resurrect them. So if you're using a 15-minute arena boost, you can probably play them about 4 times, and that comes out to about 30 units. It works pretty well for me, in that it helps me get a higher score, and it's just kind of worth it. I seem to be able to get enough units to where I don't actually lose a lot of units while doing it. But what I'm doing this time around is, I think I've got about 6 teams worth of 3-star characters who are over 1500 PI, so I'm just gonna take them and grind this out as best I can, without any arena modifiers and without spending any units. I tend to stop spending units once I get all of the milestone rewards, although in the case of I've spent units after that in certain cases. I did that fairly recently for Nebula, actually. But basically just kind of going through. I should have about, if I have 6 teams, that's if you think of these as averaging about 15,000 points, if you win all 3 matches, comes out to about 90,000. So that should theoretically place me at around 1 million, if I can avoid playing like a noob, which is up for debate at various points. I've also gotten really unlucky and gotten those aggressive AIs from time to time that just make me look like a fool no matter how good I'm playing. So hopefully we can avoid that. Oh, Frank. Gosh, I'm glad I can't bleed right now. There we go. And I still can't play. Alright. Okay, that's enough out of you. And, oh right, because he's got endurance. Good night. Okay. Alright. Got him. So, in any case, this weekend started off pretty shakily for Kabam. What was it? Friday morning? At least Friday morning my time. I woke up, wasn't able to log into the game. Apparently it was down for like 5 or 6 hours. And that talk about bad timing. I mean, this was probably a huge weekend. Both Voodoo and Star-Lord are up for grabs. Probably a lot of people wanted to grind out as much as they could, and that was probably a big problem. With that said, though, I have to say, I mean, as an Android user, I've noticed that when the game hasn't been down in the last day or so, load times seem to have shrunk quite a bit, for me at least. I play on a Galaxy S7 Edge, and it used to be that when I was trying to use my 15-minute arena score boosts as much as possible, I could usually get to 4, although sometimes that was problematic simply due to the load times. But also, I don't know, in the last day or two, and again, when the game is not down, doing 4 playthroughs on your arena boosted champions is not a problem at all now. I can almost do 5 without a problem, and that's a significant decrease in your load times. So, I mean, I think that's really cool. I hope that can solve all of the the larger problems that seem to have been plaguing the game over the last day or two. But if they can, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with how things are looking. All right, let's see. That looks like pretty good matching ups, so I should hopefully not have any difficult with this round. And again, I mean, a lot of I think this applies back to, like, I don't know, patch 12.0 too, because I only started playing the game after about a year and a half off from it, in really late February, so it was like right before patch 12.0 and all of that controversy. And a lot of the problems with 12.0, and I would say 13.0, I'm kind of at a player level that I'm not high enough for that to really affect me. Again, I mean, here I am grinding a 3-star arena. I haven't even completed Road to Labyrinth yet. So, I mean, I've still got a ways to go. I'm still building up my roster and my squads. And I think I've made a lot of progress for someone who's only been at the game for a couple of months and had a lot to catch up on, but I've still got a ways to go. Oh god, I hate Moon Knight. Yep, I hate Moon Knight. Let's see. There you go, Mr. Spectre. He just moves so weird. I don't get him sometimes. Alright, so there we go, and then I think, I've got Gamora? No, I started with Gamora. Okay, alright, Unstoppable Colossus. Alright. I'm sure everyone who plays this game knows this, but one of my favorite things to do with Unstoppable Colossus, he's got the unstoppable thing going, just like Juggernaut. And so one of my favorite things to do is to just get in there and hit, knock people down, trigger the specials, because then he's, oh my god. He's usually just, you can't stop him from moving. Your hits don't really affect him, and so you can, like, usually lay down a couple of, strong attacks and knock people out in a big way. So, all right, let's see what we're gonna do here. Oh, hey, I just noticed someone spoke on chat. Best Keegan NA. Hey, well, welcome. Good to see you. This is my. You're actually the first kind of live chatter I think I've had. So, welcome. I hope you're enjoying watching this. Let me see. All right. Well, moving on next, and I'll just go ahead and request help as I'm going. My overall strategy for Arena is probably different from a lot of people's. I don't go looking for team ups for, like, crits or specific strategies. My whole deal is that I want a team with different classes of characters. If I can find team ups between all of them, great. But basically, I want different classes because I don't want to get painted into a corner when I get matched up. Let's see. I've got, let's see. Oh, they're all rated hard for me. This is just what happens when you get into a long streak. Eventually, the ratings are going to catch up to you. We'll just go with the smallest number. And you just gotta make do. You gotta make do as best you can. So, all right. Satvik Aurora, hello. How are you doing? Hope you're enjoying this. Let's go ahead and just start with Spidey versus Star-Lord. It looks like my hardest fight is going to be Storm versus Gamora. We'll see how that goes. So, let's see. And we have got... Good start. All right. And bad timing. There we go. Star-Lord. Okay. Ooh, I had him down just enough. Okay. I just got a question from Eli the Champ asking if I grind for characters I know I can get or just for milestones. I definitely grind out the milestones. I try to make it kind of get all of the milestones for the Summoner Trials and the 3-star arenas. But, like, for instance, we just had Yondu in the most recent arenas. And I probably could have grinded for him, and I just didn't want to spend the time. This week especially was pretty bad for me. I had a lot of things going on, so I did grind for Nebula, which, I did get her, so that was cool. But you got to pick and choose. So, is Gambit any good? Well, I've only played with him a little bit, and I don't know. His movements are kind of weird for me. I don't know if it's just me not being used to him or what. I know that he doesn't seem to get as much love as a lot of the other mutant characters. I know he's a pain in the rear to play sometimes. Again, his movement patterns kind of mess me up. So, I mean, he's all right. I kind of have other mutant characters that I like more, like, Storm, and I mean, I even know that Colossus is not well liked, but I guess part of the advantage for me there is that Colossus was like my first 3-star, and so I've just been playing with him forever. I don't know. I haven't given Gambit enough of a try to really say one way or the other. I think it just with many of these characters. It just depends on your play style. All right, so let's see, what have we got next? I mean, when it comes to grinding for characters, like I definitely grinded for Drax and Gamora because I had a feeling that the threshold was going to be pretty low for both of them. And they're not bad characters either. I mean, I was just like, yeah, I want to have these characters, and I did, you know, again, I was absent from this game for like a year and a half, so I'm trying to just kind of build up my roster in general. But you know, for the most part, you know, if I see a character that I really want, I'll usually find a way to put in the time for them. So, okay, let's see. Can I get? Okay, these aren't too bad. All right. Let's see, and I'm about halfway to my mark. I should hopefully get to about 1 million, and that's where I'm gonna. That's just where I'll pack it in and say that this is where I'll make my stand for Star-Lord. And if I'm wrong, hey, it wouldn't be the first time. Oh my gosh, I am not playing good right now. Okay, try that. I should have spammed his S1. Oh well. What is wrong with me tonight? I cannot block. I cannot do anything. Can't fire off the S1s when I want to. Okay, well, I still took him down, so that wasn't pretty, but hey, it worked. Oh, man. In this game, like in life, man, you do the best you can with what you've got. So, and I do not seem to be bringing my best game tonight. But so far, I haven't been taken down, so that's good. Okay. Now, I know that Scarlet Witch has received kind of a nerf since patch 12.0, and a lot of players, a lot of people who play the game, a lot of YouTubers don't seem to think as much of her as perhaps they used to. I think at one point she was just considered god tier, but I don't know. I mean, and again, I come back to the game after a long time off, and I'm pretty sure she was one of my first 3-star characters. But I mean, even now, I still like her ability to throw debuffs on opponents and buffs on herself just in the middle of a fight. I kind of think that's awesome. So, I don't know. I think very highly of Scarlet Witch. I definitely want to get her ranked as high as I can, no matter what star level I have her at. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we are coming up on the end of my squads here. Cutoff for me personally is 1,500, so Gwenpool is the last one. So I'm down to 2 squads here. And basically, I don't know. I mean, these 6 teams that I have, I think, are pretty decent, especially in terms of being diverse and still having some character synergies. I'm really happy about that. Let's see. 1539 versus... Oh, gosh. Okay, it doesn't really matter. But I was really surprised to see that Rhino and Punisher had a synergy. It says that they're, I think, teammates or something. And I don't know. I mean, I read a fair number of comics. Were they on the Thunderbolts or something together? Can anyone tell me? Because I'd really like to know. How many points do I average on a full run? Well, for me, a full run is basically these 6 teams right here, and that comes out to about 90,000 if you just play them straight. Now, what I tend to do is I will, especially when I'm going for the milestones, I will use arena score multipliers, and with them, I tend to try to keep multiplied characters out for as long as possible. And so what I'll do is I'll find 2 characters. I'll put the score multipliers on them, like the 1.5 multiplier for 15 minutes. And then I will play them, and then I will rotate out the non-boosted character and keep the other 2 in there. And I can usually play them 3 more times. And you can actually kind of stretch out your teams that way. Instead of doing 6 runs, then I think with that method I do, let's see, I do about 12 runs, and that becomes about 20,000 points per run. So that's about 240,000 points per run. Now that does cost you some units, but for me that's worth the price. I find that units are pretty easy to farm in this game, and it's just kind of worth doing it. So that's how I do it. And, again, I don't profess to be a pro at this game. This is just the way that I know how to do it. And if anyone knows a better method, more cost effective or just easier, hey, let me know. I'll probably thank you for it. But yeah, so I guess the short answer is between 90,000 and 240,000 points, just depending on how I do a full run, or what I consider to be a full run. I'm also always trying to build up my 3-star roster so that I can have more characters capable of doing those runs. So. Okay, need to be careful. Got her. Okay. I gotta say, this is the first live stream that I've done. I mean, this is maybe the second or third that I've ever done, but this is the first one where I have actually been playing the game and chatting at the same time. And a couple of things. One, it's really nice. Thank you guys for tuning in and just talking and asking questions. I love it. I'm also just kind of surprised that I haven't totally screwed up and just kind of wiped out with one of these rounds or matches. Sometimes I can barely walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. So now Wolverine, Vision, and Gwenpool here are all pretty new. In terms of being characters that I do a full run with. So let me see, I guess I'm just gonna have to go for the lowest number there. I just recently got Wolverine as a 3-star, and so I was just really excited and wanted to get him up and going as quickly as possible. But let me think. I'm pretty sure Gwenpool is also a recent acquisition. I think I got her from a PHC, so I do have to say I love that Gwenpool holds up a collector doll when she blocks. That's just hilarious to me. All right. Temper. I know, it's not easy being green. But overall, I love Gwenpool. Just her character design and her animations are hilarious. So, a character I'm not too familiar with through the comics. I know she exists, but I haven't really paid that much attention to her. She came kind of on the heels of Spider-Gwen in the comics, and I really liked Spider-Gwen, but I think when I first saw her, I was like, oh gosh, they're just taking an existing character and making her Gwen like with Spider-Gwen. But the first time they did it, that was really cool, and this time it was just like, why are you doing that? But I don't know. I've heard good things about the character in the comics too, so I should probably check her out at some point. I just haven't had the opportunity. But I definitely like her in the game. And of course, I like Wolverine. One of my favorite things to do, I like bleed champs, guys. I like to. I think probably my favorite champion right now is probably classic Black Panther, because that dude can put like sometimes 6, 7, 8 bleeds on someone, and when you do that, I kind of just I get to the other side of the screen and I just watch their health drop like a stone. It's kind of hilarious, and I don't know, probably a bit sadistic, but what can you do? Everybody needs a hobby, right? And apparently mine is beating up on X23 right now, so. Alright, so I am really surprised. I just did 6 runs, and I didn't lose a single match. So, color me surprised, because at this point in time, what streak am I at? I'm at 58, a 58 win streak. It's at this point in time where I feel the game just tries to just really beat you up, and they'll throw, really hostile, really good AIs at you, and really mess you up. I can't tell you guys, like, how often I've been just in the mid-30s and then gotten killed off by, like, I don't know, an opponent who was like 600 PI beneath my match or whatever. And that's it's kind of one of those moments where you want to throw your phone at it. So yeah, so I'm basically kind of done with the Junior League Star-Lord grind at this point. I'm going to just see how badly I get it handed to me with my meager 4 stars on the Dr. Voodoo run. So let's see. I guess we'll go with this one. Now I think I've got like a grand total of like, what is it? I think I've got 11 4-star characters altogether. So as you can see, this is one of the main reasons that I don't feel I'm very competitive in the 4-star arenas. But I am at the point where I'm starting to give it a try. I mean, I just got Quake to, I think she's rank 4 now, and so I've got a few other characters like up against the wall at rank 3, and so I mean I'll start building them up and hopefully getting more competitive. But yeah, I'm just kind of in these arenas as practice. I mean, I guess all arenas are practice, but still, come on, Magneto. You gotta get bored blocking like that. Oh wow, he didn't touch me. I'm kind of surprised. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think after this round, I'm gonna go ahead and just end the stream. It's been about half an hour. I got I see 5 people are watching right now, so I just want you guys to know I really appreciate you tuning in and checking the stream out. I'm totally new to this. I would like to do it more often, but if you're interested in seeing more, please feel free to leave a like or subscribe. I would love that. I think I've got like 6 or 7 subscribers, so if you guys could get me to double digits, that'd be awesome. One thing that I have been pretty consistent at doing is on Sundays I do crystal openings, and I'm I'm starting to live stream those as well. So I'm planning to do a crystal opening tomorrow night. I don't have too terribly many to open, but hopefully you'll tune in for that. But we'll go ahead and do what I think I have one more round left, and then after that I'll just call it a night. So let's see. All right, Ms. Marvel versus Ultron. Hopefully, hopefully I won't have too much difficulty here. What do you think Star-Lord will go for? Are you asking about the cutoff, Bohelms? I really don't know. I've seen the cutoff speculated to be as low as 800,000 for the 3-star Star-Lord. I've also heard that it could go as high as 1 million or more because he's just that desired of a character. I'm going with... I mean, I ground out about 1 million, so hopefully that'll work for me. But I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. So, as for the 4-star, oh god, I couldn't even tell you because I'm not even trying to get it. So, 650K. I hope so, man. I really do, because if that's the case, I'm sitting pretty, and a lot of us will be. So. All right. Well, at any rate, thanks much. This is about a 30-minute live stream. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in and checking me out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. I would love it. Some of you guys who are just at insane scores, I salute you. Maybe one day I'll be up there with you. We'll see. In the meantime, thank you very much, and have a good one. Bye.